we may end up freezing the internet in time, in that these big companies exist as big companies and they'll never be a real competitor to Facebook or Google or Amazon.
Right. So there's a lot of hype and it's very confusing. It gets very legal very quickly. So what the FCC did in February of 2015 was put a 1934 law, the Communications Act of 1934, a part of it called Title II, onto broadband internet networks. So, but before that, that's when all those companies you just cited were actually, started in dorm rooms and then became some of the world's largest corporations. And so they did that before this Title II thing. So the term, by the way, net neutrality, has no legal definition. So the question is, before February of 2015, what worked? How did this ecosystem work to allow those entrepreneurs to do all that?
Right. We didn't use as much bandwidth. Part of the issue is that everything we do now uses internet bandwidth. That's been coming over the years.
And before February 2015 as well. So you have the Federal Trade Commission Act, for instance. You have the Clayton Act and the Sherman Act. Those are three very powerful federal statutes that kept the internet open and free prior to
someone will say, why would you ever use my service as opposed to the existing one that paid for the fast lane?
Section 1 and Section 2 of Sherman Act and Section 3 of Clayton Act. You just triggered all three of those sections. That would be an antitrust violation. Federal Trade Commission could go after them also under Section 5 of the Federal Trade Commission Act. That was against the law before February of 2015, and it'll be against the law as of today.